button, we'll get started.
Okay, sounds good.
Good morning. Welcome in for another Friday Safety Focus of the Week, September 30th, last day of September. Last day of quarter three, too. Quarter four starts on Monday or tomorrow if we have people working. Amazing. This week's code of conduct is to work in an environmental conscientious manner. Mr. Dow, any words of wisdom on our code item this week?
Yeah, I think you just make sure you get a spill kit. I haven't heard anybody talking about those lately, so hopefully we still have those in the trailers. And when something happens, it's better to try to act on it and get it cleaned up, or let someone know if you need help.
Yep, all those spill kits are available in the tool crib. Just get with Elliot or Billy, and they'll make sure you got what you need for any spill prevention. And again, regarding spills, we'll try to leave most of our spills on site and contact health and safety, and we'll generate an ID number and get it picked up on site versus bringing it back to the shop. And it accumulates to our generation waste here at the shop. So try to leave it on site if we can. Another 7 days without a recordable injury. So up to 103 now. Good job this week. We did have a couple kind of close calls on site first aid. So incidents are happening. It's very important that we report, it's not recordable, but it's a reportable. So we can kind of leave these on site first aid or utilize all of our safety programs that we set up with Champlain Medical to give you the care that you need to get it bandaged correctly, so we don't have any infection on any of those lacerations that we've had the last couple of weeks. But again, that's what we're seeing is more lacerations. So try to keep our hands where we should maybe use other objects, and also make sure we have all of our guards in place on all of our circular saws and things like that. This week, I wanted to quickly highlight extension cord. It's been a year. It's kind of our annual review on some of our electrical things that we have to obey by on the OSHA standards. But extension cords, we have a great system in place where Elliot and Billy are in the tool crib, always manning those and repairing as they come in. But again, let's follow the best practices, and that's always inspect prior to use on a daily rate, making sure that any damage or missing ground prongs on our extension cords are taken out of service. You should tag them on site and then bring them back in a timely manner, and we'll get them fixed here in the tool crib. Always remember to use those GFCIs to protect against any ground fault. Again, that's going to protect you from any great shock. It trips in 1/1000th of a second. So if it is, it's just going to be a quick hit and nothing that could be any life-threatening. Never use cords that feel hot or damaged in any way. If you're seeing those kind of hot cords, that means you got an issue there. So let's jump on it, identify it, and jump on it and correct. Keep extensions out of high traffic areas. Definitely walking, how we set up our walking path. Sometimes our cords are nearby, but we should always have them kind of running parallel and never perpendicular, so we're stepping on our cords. If we do have to have cords, let's try to protect those by using any type of conduit or boards to protect our cords through any high traffic areas. Just a quick little image here, the do's and don'ts of extension cords use. Again, if you see any missing prongs, like in this image here, let's take them out of service. Make sure that any abrasions to the outer coating, if you see any of the inner coating, let's take it out of service. I'll get with Elliot, we'll inspect, and we can usually repair these without cutting if as long as we do it properly. And this is kind of an example of the cross through like doorways. Usually this stuff is more you see internal in high-rise construction is where you see this a lot, where for us it's mostly we're using extension cords for dewatering purposes mostly, or running generators and other hand tools. So but it's just a good example of things that we want to look for that meets compliance, but also these compliance are meant because there's been workplace injuries in the past. So it's just best practice. With that said, if there's any follow-up questions, contact me. Available all the time. So give me a call if you have any extension questions. Again, the piggybacking, I know it's not on the PowerPoint, but again, we shouldn't be piggybacking extension cords. We should have the extension cords needed for the job at hand. If we have to get more generators on site, let us know and we'll make it happen. So for the most part, though, we're using battery power tools now anyway, so we don't have a whole lot of extension cords. But again, as we're getting into the winter months, we start using extension cords more and more for plugging everything in over the winter months and stuff. So with that said, Ken, I'll pass it over to you for any further thoughts.
Okay, no, that's good. I'll move it on, and we got a long list of things here to present. I'll share. Oops. I didn't do the right one here. Window. Okay, can you see my screen?
We can.
All right. Trying to advance, here we go. Okay, safety cord best practices. So check out your safety cords when you get back to your job trailer. So cooler weather is coming. This is an older message that is getting more and more important here. It's time to start using diesel fuel supplement. That's the white container. The red container is really for when everything is already gelled up and it's not really for maintenance, and it just will help out that one moment and then it's pretty much useless, I understand. So we have a new employee this week, Isaac Swan. Welcome, Isaac. I'm not sure which crew he's going to be working on, but I look forward to meeting you. And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're asking everyone to join us in supporting the UVM Medical Cancer Foundation. And you can do that by purchasing one of the high-vis pink t-shirts or a sweatshirt from Sarah. So it really stands out. Look at that team. They're $10 each, and all the proceeds go to the UVM Medical Center Foundation. And like I said, check with Sarah. And then another new program that we're introducing this week is the Employee Personal Loan Program. And we're partnered with Muskoma Bank, our new bank, to offer advanced loans, income advanced loans to ECI employees. They're low-cost loans that are paid back through your payroll direct deposit. So if you don't have direct deposit, and if you don't have an account with Muskoma, you would have to get set up to do that. But they have either two types of loans, loan of $1,000 paid back weekly for 12 months, or $1,500 paid back for 18 months. And there's 0% interest, but there's a $75 processing fee for the bank. Contact Andrew or Ursula in administration if you need any more information. And the special conditions are summarized in the link on the income advance loan summary. So check it out if you're in a pinch and need some cash. This is maybe a good way to do it. So ECI attended the Associated General Contractors as AGC event in Washington, D.C. That's AGC VT, so with the Vermont chapter, is our local trade group association that provides safety training, networking, political advocacy, and public messaging about our industry. And our Vermont chapter recently attended the National Chapter and Leadership Conference, where AGC won the J. Howard Mock Award for the chapter with the greatest increase in membership growth. Of course, we, as a association, we had a great year last year and the year before because of COVID brought a lot of contractors in who weren't always all previously members to take advantage of all the good stuff that AGC did for COVID training and for policies to provide for all the safety programs. So there's Richard Wabi, Matt Musgrave, the guy in the center, Dan Fortis, he's the AGC National President. There's myself and Chris Magnan, he's with Nikon Coatings, and we're receiving the award there. And of course, the reason they go to Washington too is to go for promote the industry to our politicians. And you see here we are in front of the Capitol. Great picture in front of the Capitol. Great sunny day. And of course, there's Peter Welch and there's Matt Musgrave and myself. And then the primary ECI Primary Care Wellness Program link is here for anyone. The weather outlook, we got some pretty good weather coming after some rainy, drizzly, damp days. It looks like we got a good stretch of weather coming here. So let's take advantage of that. And then for the project this week, we're profiling the Bingham Brook Horse Farm and Riding Arena in Charlotte. And we're contracted with this company called Advanced Equine Construction of Corbin, Kentucky for the concrete foundation construction of a new horse barn and riding arena. Advanced Equine is a specialty horse barn contractor that has been building exceptional equestrian facilities since 1979. And I just stated here, if you're looking to build an exceptional equestrian facility, then you'd be hiring a contractor from Kentucky, the Bluegrass State. Remember, that's the land where the big horse farms are with very prestigious thoroughbreds and racing horses. So the arena is 206 foot long by 106 wide, and it started to been built as a rigid steel frame building. Let's show you the picture in a little bit. The foundation includes 370 linear feet of 2 by 12 continuous footing with 11 foot by 8 foot by 1.5 foot thick column pads under every column at 25 foot on center. It's got a 4 foot wall, 8 inch frost walls, 4 foot high, 8 inch frost walls all around the perimeter with these 2 by 6 by 20 piers every 25 feet for the columns. And there's 1,100 feet of 12-inch deep grade beam, it should say, tying the rigid frame bases together, because that's what you need to do with rigid frame buildings. And a 4-inch thick observation lounge slab to be covered with tongue and groove hardwood. So you're always getting the sense that this is an exceptional building. And the stable building is approximately 219 feet long by 50 feet wide with a couple bump outs. And that foundation is 652 linear feet of footings and 562 feet of interior grade beams. Some more grade beams. These are supporting some of the posts. It's timber frame. And 612 feet of 4 foot 6 high, 8-inch frost wall. And the entry area has a 16-inch wide walls for stone facing to be put on after. Everybody should have stone facing on their horse barn, right? It looks great so far. There's a lot to it there. 4,800 square feet of 4-inch thick slab with rubber mats and interior pavers are coming after our work. The stalls and alleyways will be rubber matted, give them a good cushion to walk on. I like those mats. I have some of those mats in my sugar house. When you're standing a long time on concrete, those interlocking rubber mats are great. And the total project includes 676.5 cubic yards of concrete and 44,880 pounds of reinforcing steel. This plan gives you a sense of the layout of the barn. And the entry would be on the top of the page, and it's got this central core alley right through the middle and then stalls off to the sides. And the arena attaches on the left side. This coming up here in the view is the arena footprint for the foundations. And the grade beams run across, as we'll see in the picture, to hold the bottom of the rigid frames together. And this is early on, probably about May or so, when we first got to the site. And we started putting in the footings. You see, it's quite a large site. And these two buildings, didn't add up the square footage, but we're talking about 6 by 2, 107 for the arena. And then it was something like 200 by 50 or so on the building for the barn stable. This is set back from Ingham Brook Road and Guinea Road, just north of Mount Philo. And see, getting some of the footings done there. Getting the walls poured. And then some more footage. You can see quite a large area. Get the pumper in there, Carrera Concrete. Down on the northern part of their range. And then get a little further along. Then this is starting these pictures are kind of more recent, like this week. And you see there's the barn, the stable side on the left and the arena on the right. And it's post and beam, all fir beams inside. See, it's it'll look very nice once it's done. There's a rigid frame building, so each one of those individual frames go all the way down to the footing, obviously, but there's a tie rod across through the grade beam goes from side to side to attach the bottoms of each of these frames to hold them back, because a rigid frame requires that anchorage across the bottom. This will be the stone ledge, so this is where the 16-inch walls are. And that's what we get for that project. We have for the photo archives, the Velco underground transmission lines in Charlotte. This was off from Ferry Road back in 2008, pouring some concrete for the duct bank on the for the underground conduits that connect some of the Velco transmission lines. It is effectively their transmission lines to connect the to one of the substations on Ferry Road. So that's what I got. I'll turn it back to you, Matt. Everyone have a safe day out there. Check your extension cords and have a safe one.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. Thanks to everyone who joined in this morning. If you could just send me a message if you watch in a group setting. I've already got a couple messages. That'd be great. Capture attendance and then push it out to all the ones that missed. Let's have a great day. Let's have a safe day.
Anybody that remembers Larry Sullivan there in the picture, I just saw him the other day. He's doing well.
Good.
And he looks good. I saw he and his wife the other day.
Oh, good.
Doesn't look like he aged at all. Looks good.
Yeah,
we probably have to him. We probably look like we've aged.
That's what he told me.
Great. So have a good
All
day.
right, have a good one.